DZR episode 7 of the Dark Zone Report. I'm Dan Drax from the host chair this evening. Got a nice skeleton crew with us tonight. 3 guys ready to face the world. We're doing big things here, man. It's not just a podcast, you know what I mean? We're facing the world.
We're the dedicated few.
You exactly. One of our guys, I'm not going to tell you who, is watching an award show right now. It's violation.
No mentions. He may or may not have facial hair. I don't know.
And they might be having to do with bullets. We don't know.
All right, so let's see who we do have on my left. Mr. T. What's going on, Mr. T?
How you doing, Dan Thrax? It's good to be back. Good to be on.
Yeah, man.
Talk some division.
Yes. On my right, we got Golden Boy. What's up, Golden?
Hey, what's up, guys? Just playing some Iron Banner right now and getting smoked.
The banana.
Division come out, don't you, man?
I know.
Yeah, this is a
I'm just getting ready.
Podcast.
Yeah, right.
This is a division podcast.
That's right.
We get these texts from Golden today, like, "Oh man, I'm grinding Iron Banner," and I'm just like, "Man, get this guy the division. He needs it."
Yeah, right.
I cannot wait.
Well, it was a very exciting week for DZR. We got a lot going tonight. It's going to be a lot of kind of interaction. We finally got some emails from you, the fans and the listeners, and we're very excited about that. Emails and messages and stuff. And so we're going to spend a decent portion of the show tonight kind of talking through some of that. And next week is going to be, I'm just going to tell you now, it's going to be a very nerd-heavy week next week as we kind of earnest for the launch. So next week's going to be pretty technical in terms of loadouts and what you want to do and what to do first and all that kind of stuff. But this week, it's kind of the calm before the storm. So a little bit of show news. Like I said, it was a big week for DZR. We actually had almost 900 downloads of episode 6 last week, which is a pretty substantial growth from where we were. So thank you to everybody that is listening. That's amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
We also reached 41 on iTunes on Games and Hobby, which was wild. So, big thank you to you guys that are listening, everybody that retweets when we announce the show, all that. We appreciate you guys, and we're having a lot of fun doing the show. We're glad you're enjoying it as well. Trying to get better every week, but we're certainly glad that people are listening. So, and finally, we're doing something else that we're having a little fun with. We launched DZR Rogueware this week, which is kind of a line of fan art tees. It's inspired by the division. There's 3 designs out there right now. If you go to teespring.com/stores/DZR, you can see there's a bit of a friendly competition between me and Mr. T about 2 rival designs. So, if you like,
mine was called Genius. That's all I'm gonna say. Somebody said that's genius, right? Did that not happen?
One guy on Twitter called it Genius.
Yes, they did.
Hey,
take it where you can get it.
So yeah, if you want to check that out, go ahead and do it. The plan is to release a new tee basically once a week for a bit here. We're probably going to do a run of about 8 to 10 of them. So
nice.
Try out for that. That's just proceeds go to support the show and keep us growing and doing exciting things. So cool stuff. If you're into it, check it out. All right, so moving on, let's go to the DZR mailbag. Wow, you guys did great there. That's where we're going to insert the music, and nobody talked over the bumper. It's obvious that Golden is otherwise occupied.
You actually kind of made me nervous. I was like, oh, wait, because Golden Graham's not on. I'm like, wait, am I supposed to be doing this?
No. We're good. We're good.
I had a panic attack there. Oh, crap.
All right, you're doing great. So who wants to do the Mr. T, you want to do the honors reading some of the feedback that we got?
Sure. We got the first one is from Benjamin Siegel. Said, long-time listener here. I just wanted to...
long time. That's awesome.
All 6 episodes. We appreciate the support, though.
Thank you, brother.
I wanted to share that I got confirmation from the contact on the IGN page that AMA will be answered Monday, February 29th, 9 to 10 a.m. That's Pacific Standard Time. And he gave us the link there. So it's going to be
Well, so hey, real quick, let's stop right there. So basically, what that is, guys, if you haven't been aware of it, IGN did a Ask Me Anything with Massive, and so people have been posting comments and questions. By the time you guys hear this podcast, by the time it's out there, that will probably be released. So go check it out.
Really?
Questions have been asked, and we'll see what's answered. But if you just Google Division IGN AMA, you should come up with it. So we should be getting some exciting information.
So you cannot submit any more questions. This has already happened, right?
I believe so.
Right. Okay.
Damn it.
You guys hear this? It'll be out there. Was that damage directed towards Iron Banner or towards?
100% Iron Banner. Yeah, my bad.
Come on. Oh, really?
I'm almost done.
Get your head in the game.
I'm here.
The second part of the question, right?
Yeah. He just I'd like let me try this again. I would like to hear y'all's thought. Okay, on group competitions or compositions. I know you've talked briefly on the Holy Trinity, but how would you build out a 4-man squad, and maybe how would you compile an 8-man squad if there is that feature in the game? And that's Agent Siegel, and he wants to give a shout out to his squad, which is the Urban Irregulars, which is a good name. I like that. It's a good name for a clan.
And actually, they're a clan that I believe is looking for members. If you guys are looking for people to play with, check out Urban Irregulars for sure. And thanks. So a couple of us are from the Philadelphia area, so we're just gonna call you B Siegel.
Benny Siegel. Benny Siegel.
Yeah.
There you go.
Old Benny. Yeah.
I mean, in terms of group composition, it's interesting because we haven't seen all the skills yet. So
Right.
I feel like it's a little premature. I would say of the things that we've seen so far, I think you gotta have at least, and we'll make a break here between PvE and PvP. I mean, I think in terms of PvE, I would lean towards heavy on heal and turrets, and you probably want one pulse. Although for PvE, in my mind, probably not as important. But on the PvP side, you definitely need a pulse in your group. And I would kind of lean towards turret and heal. I don't know. Were either of you guys big sticky bomb users on the last beta?
I did. Well, not on the last beta. I did when we didn't have the turret. So for the closed beta, I used the sticky bomb quite a bit. The open beta, it was definitely all turret. I don't know. What about shield? I mean, I think you'd want at least one guy, to have the shield, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about that because, I mean, I tried the shield on the first beta. I don't know that I touched it. I mean, I might have used it once on the open beta once the turret was out. I think, I think the main draw for the shield is going to be the kind of tank role. And to be honest, the way that the AI responds to the turret, it's almost like having a tank. I mean, you can put it out there, it's distracting.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I'd be interested to see how much that Riot Shield gets used. What do you think, Golden Boy?
Yeah, I was gonna say actually, as far as the builds, of course we're gonna go with healer, which was, I think they got that's that medic role. I think they have got it right on that. The tanking role, same thing with the shield. I think that AI is a little too smart for the shield, but I think the two DPS characters and then one with like a little support, I think they're close to that. I think so the medic and I think DPS they have, but they're gonna have to bring in a different support role. And as far as tanking, I almost think it's non-existent.
So do you put the turret in the DPS or support category?
Both.
Interesting.
I would put it DPS. What do you do, Dan?
Depends on the perks that it comes with.
No, good point.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, to the extent that we haven't seen like either any of the mods on it yet, where you've got like the flamethrower or you've got the.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Right. I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
Be able to mod it. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's really taking more of a support role. And I've thought of it so far as a DPS, to be honest with you. But, I mean, who knows? We'll see what else. I'm interested to see the Seeker Mine. I'm interested to see all the mods, but right now, like I'm saying, I mean, I think definitely if you're in the Dark Zone, you want to have a pulse on your squad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And a heal.
Yeah,
And a heal. You gotta have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And turret, man. I mean, that's where I would be right now.
No, I mean, so hold on, just so to go back to the shield though. So, I don't know if it was Arix or Level Cap Gaming, but somebody was doing a lot of the. They did a capture event at the studio, and it was the one where you walk into the hotel. Looks like a hotel.
Yeah.
You know. Okay, so I think in those situations, you know, in confined interior spaces, you're probably gonna. I think I think we're underselling the shield. I think that's gonna probably be important, man.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if you can actually use it tactically. You know, can you advance behind it? You know, all those kind of things. Look, I think all of us played Siege, right? And you know, the shield in that game was legit. You know, I mean,
Yeah, it was, and that's what I'm thinking. So, you know, maybe my expectations are too high.
yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. But again, thanks B Siegel, and definitely shout out to the Urban Irregulars. Who we got next?
We got let's see here, Spencer Sullivan from Orlando, Florida. How much time do you think you will need to grind in the division for good gear? Destiny ultimately lost me due to RGN. That sounds familiar, doesn't it?
RNG.
That's what I said.
I think we lost Mr. T.
Yeah, we did.
That's all right. We'll keep going until he pops back on. Are you there, man? Yeah, you're tripping out. All right, which probably means I still have you, right, Golden?
Yep, I'm in.
Are you back, Tim?
He's frozen up on my screen. Hold on. Yeah, he's coming in and out. Hold on.
Hey, Manning, go upstairs, man.
No, it just crashed on him, didn't it?
I think it did.
Yeah.
All right, jump out, and then we'll get another call going.
Okay.
All right. Oh no, he's back. You there, Tim?
I'm back.
You back? That was weird.
And we're still live too, by the way. So that's good for our Facebook. I was thinking, man, this is going so well with my internet.
And then
In the basement, it's going so well, and then boom, just
fell out. Nice.
Damn it.
Internet. All right, so Spencer Sullivan had asked, well, we lost you when he said, I found that I spent maybe 60 to 70% of my playtime grinding to find the best gear. I find this ridiculous, with an exclamation point. What level of grinding is acceptable before it's too much, and will the grind be excessive in the division also? Well, first of all, man, look, we can relate. You're talking to people here that did a lot of grinding in Destiny, trying to get particular weapons. And
Someone's currently grinding in Destiny during this cast.
Can't let some bad habits go away.
Yeah. So we get it for sure. And I mean, here's the deal: it's a loot-based game. And we've got crafting element. There is going to be grinding. I don't think any way around that. In terms of what's acceptable, I mean, I don't know. I look at it like this: if the activities are fun, it's a lot better than if you're trying to grind things that aren't fun, right? So I guess that's the first threshold: is the grinding enjoyable? If it's just running around finding materials, it's going to lose my interest pretty quick. But if it's replaying missions, at different difficulty levels, if it's, those kind of things, I find that more enjoyable. And then the flip side of it is, do you feel like you're progressing all the time, or is it really like, we've talked before, I don't think RNG is necessarily a bad thing in and of itself, but it's worth keeping moving. Golden, what do you think? I mean, how do you see the grind in the division, and what's your feeling on grinding in general?
I think since the onslaught of this whole bringing your PvE character over to your PvP, experience, you know, I'm all in. As far as Division, and of course with Destiny, I mean the PC guys had it. I think I've said all this before. The PC guys had it right from the very beginning, and you know they've been doing this for a while. But you know now, you know we're playing, you know, console PvP with a PvE aspect with a story, which Destiny kind of got right, but you know whatever, I'll take it. Maybe Division will do better, which I hope and I think. You know, so being able to play a true RPG through both aspects of, you know, the game is a lot of fun for me.
So you're in. You're in.
I'm in all the way.
Definitely see that it's going to be a grinding game.
We are going to be grinding.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's just the aspect of this kind of game, right? I mean, it's
comes with it.
Yeah, it's an RPG. It's a MMO. You're gonna grind. I mean, that's how they get you to continue to play the game. 60-70% of the time, are you gonna be doing it? Yeah, probably. I mean, that's
a lot, but yeah, I mean,
I mean that's probably accurate. That's probably accurate with Destiny.
I'm not going to argue that. Yep. Yeah. But it's
fun.
fun. It's, you know, because you enjoy it because you want the loot, you want the better gear, you want to be able to go into a raid and have, you know, that the DPS to take someone down, you know, and just like when, you know, Suros hit, and you know, just if you had a weapon on your back and people saw it, you know, oh, you know, let's party this guy, you know, it's a lot of fun with that, you know.
The problem though when it comes to, and to be honest, I'm part of failure on my part, but there's not much RNG that we're familiar with right in this, right?
Well,
I mean,
not yet.
Maybe in the chest, right? Like, let's open the chesticles and see.
Oh, yeah, he's right about that.
Maybe in that, but
I mean, I think the weapons are going to roll. You know, I think once you get your base set of weapons and you're at a high enough level DPS and you start chasing particular talents on the weapons.
To go with your build, because that was obviously a huge thing. Pretzel really went out there, man, and brought some real good builds out for us.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think when you're chasing, because that's going to be the part that's random. I mean, you know, I think to some extent you're going to kind of know the guns that are out there and available, and you're probably going to accumulate them, you know, except for maybe the named ones, pretty quickly. But then it's going to be about getting one with a better stats on it.
Right. So it's more like grinding with a purpose. Like you could see the light at the end of the tunnel, as opposed to
maybe this might happen for me this week. Maybe if I do the Nightfall, if I do you know, if I do the raid on all three characters,
maybe I'll get the Gjallarhorn.
Right.
Maybe, right?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Because the problem, and I agree with you, Dan. I don't think RNG is in itself is a bad thing, but when you start getting exclusionary, where like, oh, you don't have a Gjallarhorn, we're not interested in playing with you, because not everybody has a clan like we do, right? You know, some people are going to be looking for people to play with, and if there's going to be LFG websites and stuff for the Division, and you don't have this particular named gun, that's kind of messed up, man. That's not right. But if there's not really an RNG and there's grinding with a purpose, maybe the grinding will be a little more acceptable and bearable.
See, I think there's definitely going to be a heavy RNG element to this for the end game, for sure. I mean, just because it's going to be about loadouts and build and perks on weapons and individual stat rolls. And, at some point, your armor or your DPS level is not going to be the most important thing. And once you get there, man, that's going to be about the grind. But hopefully the game is fun enough that we don't mind. I think that's the end.
I'm sure 3-4 months into it, I'll have to be like, I hate this game. I'm taking a break, and then I'll come back 3 weeks later. I'm like, yeah, this game's awesome.
Yeah, could be. Colton, you had something else on that?
Oh no, I was going to chime in. We're definitely going to be grinding this game, and I think just from the beta alone, yeah, we all got on what it came out that Friday. I mean, we had all pretty much beaten it and done everything we could do within 12 hours. So I mean, hopefully for our sake and for what we're looking for, that there will be an aspect of a grind to a further progression.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next
All right, we got it at Josh Who Game Camp. Someone from Twitter. I can't pronounce that last name. I apologize.
Hagen.
Nice.
Hagenkamp. Hagenkamp. That sounds German.
Yes.
Okay, he said, yeah, it sounded great. I guess he's talking about the podcast. Yeah, it sounded great. Best episode yet, I would say. Golden does like to interrupt people, though. And Mr. T should be a little drunker. Ha ha. Oh, yeah. So, Hagan Kampe. Josh, I don't know. I can't pronounce that name.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
He thinks I should be drunk more.
Drunker?
Yeah.
I guess, apparently.
Don't
Or
interrupt.
the
Golden.
drunkest?
I think we've identified the roles. That, Golden Boy is the Conway West. I'm gonna let
Yes.
you say. That's what I say.
Oh.
Thank you.
Actually,
Thank you.
I
You know
believe-
what? There's so much more lie in that.
Go ahead.
Thank you so
Go
much.
ahead.
I appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
I do believe that the specific episode that might be referenced is probably one of the famous, one of my favorite DZR episodes, which is episode 2.
You're not doing this, are you?
As episode. Mr. T, he's a grown man. He enjoys his adult beverages, and at times he combines his love of adult beverages with his love of podcasting. And it's gold. I mean, I really have people of all different ages that listen to the podcast, and so we don't condone, whatever. Do it legally, do it responsibly, but there is some magic that happens. When
In all fairness, I'm pretty sure there was a big snowstorm that day, and I was definitely working from home. So I let myself get a little carried away that night.
Yeah.
As you should, sir. As you should.
Healthy life choices now on Sunday nights. So, I think what you'll find is that depending on what night it is, Mr. T, if it's a Saturday podcast, it might be a little different. But
Oh, Saturday night, that's no good, man. We can't be podcasting on a Saturday night.
on that second episode, and so what I did, Josh Hogenkamp, is I actually put together a little montage of Mr. T's finest
Oh,
moments
this is going to be good.
from episode
I have
2.
not seen this. Hold on. Oh, yes. Thank you.
Put them together here on week 7, the magic of week 2.
I've been working on the boobs and the gut. That's all I'm gonna say. Working on it. Alright? I want a crispy onion. I don't want a chewy onion. That's all I'm saying. Also making an awkward moment. I've been working on the boobs and the gut. That's all I'm gonna say. Working on it. Stop. ABF, always be flanking, right? Just shoot that at me. Yeah, I'll change that. Nope, I'm gonna change that. I like, I was thinking smart. I don't know, mobile cover. Maybe something like that. Because, ABF, always be flanking. And move. You can pop, 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 and then move. Constantly be moving up. Yeah, my teammates. I think you'll
Oh, boy.
there's going to be a ballistic shield early on, right? But I think long term, yeah, I'm kind of thinking mobile cover. I pulse.
I don't even know what mobile cover is, man.
Drop a turret. Human's gonna know it's a turret. Oh, that guy dropped a turret. Alright, I think you can flank a turret significantly more than you can flank a human. Obviously, I think that is. So you live in a turret. If I'm in the dark zone and somebody lays down a turret, they're gonna flank me. That's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna flank the turret, take out the turret, and look for them flanking me in the other direction. That's what I think.
Oh, my God.
Just disappointing.
That's fucking awesome. I mean, I'm sorry.
Free and Thanks, Steve Jobs.
Thanks, Steve Jobs. All right, what was that about? Just thanks, Steve Jobs.
It might suck. I hope it doesn't. It's probably. Even if it does, I won't admit it. Even if it sucks, I won't admit it. I mean, best game.
All right. You had your fun.
Mr. T, we love you, brother.
That was.
Does anybody know what mobile cover? What I meant by that?
I don't know. I don't know, but it's yours. That's all yours.
And we should make a shirt. Mobile
You
cover.
got boom, gold right there.
That was for you, Josh Hogenkamp.
Life lessons from Mr. T.
And if you want to hear, if you missed that, if you're a new listener and you missed the Jack and Coke episode 2.
The infamous Jack and Coke episode. Oh boy.
We got the
Anyway,
EDL Saint, I think, from Twitter.
DDL Sane at Dark Zone Report. Love the podcast, but a heads up, the S sounds while speaking act like steak knives in my eardrum.
Wow,
Some harsh criticism.
that is
there from,
rough. Oh
TDL
man,
Sane, man.
All right, so listen, we're going to enter into the nerd zone here for just
let's
a
do
second.
it.
He's referring to, I'm not sure anyone's going to care about this, but I spent time looking it up, so you guys.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
As he
It's
should. As he should.
Sibilance. And I actually looked this up early because it's something that I noticed early on. What it is it has to do with where you positioned your tongue in your mouth when you say S's.
Really?
Yeah, it does. And it tends to be regional. So to some extent, there's not much we can do about it. But it's actually where your tongue kind of meets the roof of your mouth and your teeth when you say your S's. That's why some people kind of whistle their S's. And in some cases,
Are we whistling S's? I didn't think we were whistling S's.
it's just me, I think. But in any so, look, we have heard your concern.
We hear it. We're listening. We're hearing it.
I will pick up another different regional dialect for you, all right?
I love how we preface it. Love the podcast, but
From now on, we won't talk like Philly. That's actually pretty Philly.
That's pretty Philly. That's Philly.
That's not right.
Yeah, that's.
there are options. One, there's speech therapy, which, but I'm not
It's
going
free in our county. You know, our
Well,
county,
no, I mean-
our county does free speech therapy.
Oh, that's
You
good.
may have aged
I
out,
mean-
though. I don't know.
Maybe if you're in Obamacare, you might be good. Oh.
Our second, we could always replace our S's with other letters.
Oh, this would be good.
A TH, so we could be like, the Devithan where though
So excited.
I actually went to speech class because I had a lisp. So it was like that. The division.
That's why he drinks, ladies and
Yes.
gentlemen.
Yes.
Well, when I drink, it comes out actually.
Right there.
So maybe he is talking about me. I don't know.
The third option is we try and do it in post with some software and try and take the harshness off it. So that's what we're doing. I apologize if you've had a steak knife in your ear, but this is how we talk. So we
Try to
appreciate it.
get those S's down the butter knives for you.
Yeah, and just for you, next segment, we're going to do a whole 5 minutes just of S words. Thanks for listening, man. Appreciate it. We got Sean Cunningham from YouTube, I think is next.
Yes, he says, as the open beta is now over, is there anything that could be improved or changed, in your opinion? Example being the dark zone or weapon balancing.
I think so. Why don't we hold this one until we actually get to the changes that we know are coming to the game. We'll come back to Sean. How about Slap Happy Gamer?
Slap Happy, also from YouTube. So I have a question. With most of y'all on PS4 as a platform, for the Division in y'all's channel, which I love, by the way, since I'm a huge Division fanatic, and keep up with the latest news in the Division, or are you all planning to switch to Xbox One due to the content 30-day exclusive marketing to keep up this channel up to date with the new stuff? No. I'm not shelling out another $1,000 for the Xbone. Nothing against the Xbone. I got
You know what? I'm gonna
Xbox, whatever,
I'm gonna
man.
agree with Mr. T. I went Xbox one time, and here I am back for PlayStation. I think Division's gonna be amazing, but as much as we grind, we'll have whatever exclusive stuff they have within a couple hours anyway.
Right. I mean, it's
Here's the thing. I do think, though, that Slap Happy Gamer raises a great point. So, to the extent that you are in the audience and you're an Xbox user, and there's stuff you think we should talk about, we might have to get an Xbox correspondent guy or something.
there you go.
At 1 month lead time, basically, before we're going to even be seeing some content. So, if you're out there and you've got an interesting content creation and you're an Xbox person, reach out to us. Let us know. We may add an Xbox correspondent.
Actually,
We're platform agnostic here, so
Anthrax, my neighbor, has got an Xbox.
Really?
I'm just saying, man. Maybe I spring for the Division, and I get a leg up on y'all.
I mean, whatever it takes, bro.
Yeah, whatever, man. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah. That's the kind of all the feedback that we got in the past. Again, thanks everybody for chiming in. It's fun to kind of have you on the show. We appreciate it. And if you have something to say, you want to add something, information, criticize Mr. T, all those things are welcome. You're on the cast. So you can get us at Twitter at DarkZoneReport. You can email us at dzrmailbag@gmail.com. On Facebook, leave us a comment on YouTube. We'll try and work as much of that into the show as we can. Going forward, let's get on to the topic of the day. Guys, you have been absolute pros coming in and out of the bumpers tonight, and I just want to compliment you.
Golden's
I don't know if he's
distracted,
being. I don't know if he's
tired.
being sarcastic or if he's being. Not really sure just yet.
Golden's
Hey,
distracted, and I'm exhausted.
I am.
so
I'm looking at this. All right, hey,
that's why
Dan,
we're
do I
doing
have
so well.
do I have 30 seconds?
30 seconds. What, you have something to say? Or you want to go?
No, I gotta grab something real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
All right.
And he's off. Let's get the timer on and see actually how long it takes.
Did you get that F-bomb? It's in the middle of us laughing.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, your audio's not so good, man.
It's going to be great on my side.
It is? Okay. All right.
I'm in direct, so.
Because you're coming in and out, and I'm having trouble actually understanding, like, when you ask questions.
Oh, really? That's weird.
I'm also old and going deaf, so that could be part of it.
Turn up. Is that a little better now? I'm boosting everything back to you guys.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
By the way, that was golden, dude. That was epic. If it was auto-tuned, it would. So it wasn't epic. Auto-tune would have been epic.
That's so good, man.
I'm working on the boobs and gut.
Because I started mixing it, and it was like when I started. I actually did start to mix it, and it sounded like I'm working on the boobs and the butt.
I don't need to work on my butt. My butt's good.
There you go. Like say, I was starting to sound like a different kind of song. Working it. All right.
Aight. That's all I'm saying. Aight. Oh.
Watching the cast live right now. Do we have any? Let me just check in on YouTube and just see if anybody's out there.
Are you hosting this now? Because I tried to mute. Didn't work. You're hosting it now?
I don't think so.
Oh, I can't. Well, oh, no. It wouldn't before.
You just muted me.
I can't mute Pat. I'm sorry. I can't mute Golden. That's weird.
Yeah, we are keeping it loose tonight, man.
Well, the whole I can't get drunk on Sunday nights. I did get a nice little buzz going, so I'm feeling all right.
Yeah, this is public.
What's that?
This is a Hangout Live, right?
Yeah. We're broadcasting.
Interesting. I don't see it on YouTube.
No, really? I got pinged it.
Weird.
Let me look. YouTube, Dark Zone Live. Let me see if I can. Go to the YouTubes.
Weird, man.
Yeah.
Look, YouTube, Dark Zone Live. Let me see if I can
All right, if you guys are watching live, we apologize for the
go to the YouTubes.
we'll be right back with the whole crew. Where did he go?
Yeah. Look, YouTube, Dark Zone Live. Let me see if I can
Oh, look at this. We'll do like in. Look, oh, did it.
go to the
All right. We got one person watching. Who is it? Is it me?
Probably you, yeah.
I'm actually not signed in on my phone, so I can't tell. I'll give it a thumbs up, man. Thumbs up, dude. Way to go, Dark Zone Report. 55 subscribers, dude.
Yeah.
That's not horrible. I mean, that's not 41 level.
Well, they're I don't know. I have no idea what's going to go. If it's recording out, it'll drop out. You just got to hop in and change it to private so we can edit this whole middle section out.
Right. Definitely more than 30 seconds, though.
Yeah, we're at like 5 minutes. Every week I'm like, oh yeah, we'll start early. I'll get to bed early. It's going to be great.
Graham made the right call. I'm too tired. Like, come on, man. No, actually, that was probably the right call. So I gotta fill this space in, man. I'm hoping. So I got that when I, because I pre-ordered the Battlefront. I'm hoping I get a Division 1, which would go there, I think. Maybe. Well, no, that's gonna be music over here. Maybe right there.
On that little the closet wall.
Yeah, the side of the closet. But, I'll have to rearrange where I set my camera up. But I don't know. I mean, if it was landscape, that would be better. But it'd probably be portrait.
Cool.
Need something. It's kind of bare. Come on, Patrick. There he is. And there he goes. And there he goes. We had a sighting.
Sasquatch walking through the. Huh? Could it be?
What? Here we are.
Welcome back, buddy. Hey, welcome back.
Yeah,
Glad you could join us, man. Nice little interlude there for our YouTube watchers watching live.
Crap.
It's all right.
Do we have anybody actually watching us?
All right.
Yeah.
It says one, but it might be me on my phone. I don't know.
All right, cool. All right.
All right, so what we'll do is we'll just pick it up right after, like we were coming out of that last break.
Yep.
All right. So you
Yep,
did the
let's go.
bumper already. All right. Good
Yep.
deal.
Let's do it.
All right. We're good. All right, so moving on to the topic of the day. What we're going to talk about is there was when the beta was out there, as they did with the original beta, the developers were streaming almost all throughout the beta. And one enterprising Reddit user, I'll give it to you now, Great Gambino, actually started out some of the different things that were said that are going to basically be differences from what we've seen in the beta and the actual game. Keep your cat away from the microphone, brother.
I turned him down.
Oh my God. All that nice stuff I said about you, I take it all back. So a couple of things that they said that are really interesting I thought was just kind of worth talking through. And some of this we covered in our 3-minute update this week, but we'll talk about it anyway. So I guess the first thing is, the kind of definitive comment made that obviously you don't start the game at level 4, and you do not start in Manhattan. Which,
Interesting, man.
Really?
yeah, which is interesting. I think.
What's that mean, though? That could just be the story. The cutscenes don't start in Manhattan. There's not going to be any playable spots outside of Manhattan. I don't think so.
I mean, the scene that we got coming into both the alpha and the beta were that one scene. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and say that's probably the opening scene, right?
I don't know, man. I'm wondering if the scene certainly implied some kind of backstory before that.
I agree.
I'm wondering if this is going to be mythological Brooklyn footage.
Well, standing under the bridge.
Yeah, and I mean, it might make sense, that's where we
Where you
kind of
start.
and you do a little mini kind of tutorial type mission or something, or gather your gear or whatever, and then you head over. I mean, Tim or Manning didn't the
No, don't use first names, don't use last names. But if you use them together, that's okay.
Mr. T.
Let's edit that out.
Sorry, man. All right, Mr. T. You were a big Last of Us player, right? Didn't it kind of have that kind of arrangement where you kind of start the place and kind of a pre-mission?
Yeah. So the whole game takes. In the very beginning, it's like 20 years, like the outbreak, and then
Right.
the rest of the game is 20 years later. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it 20? Is it that far?
I think so. Yeah. Great game, by the way. Best game I ever played.
Yeah, it's a good game.
I still haven't.
Dan Track should play it, but he's doesn't like zombies.
It's what it is. It's just I don't have time. I'm working my break right now. I'll get to it, man.
Yeah. After the Division break comes out, I'm sure you'll get right on that.
No, but I think a pretty common device, right, to actually have kind of a tutorial type mission, get players familiar with
Yeah,
the game and the controls, and so it'd be interesting. I would love it, honestly, if all the people that were like screaming about why Brooklyn isn't in the game, part of me would kind of love it if it was, and
just
it was
like take this.
So here's a quick question then. Do you think by the time we chopper in to Manhattan, you should probably be a level 4? You think that's why they did that, or is that just, I don't know, I mean.
So it's like kind of in the beginning, but there's a little bit more, but it's not that far in the beginning to where, like, we're talking like 2 hours into it, maybe.
Right. Is there going to be enough material though that you level up to 4?
Yep.
That's, I don't know.
Yeah.
it'd
Good point.
be interesting to see. I'm not sure, but yeah. So interesting point. The next thing is there was definitely a comment made that Dark Zone vendors were kind of given purple items as a starting point. That will not be the case in the actual game. Supposedly that was there for testing purposes. So
where are we getting purples from?
RNG, baby. That's my guess.
Oh, man.
I don't know, man. I think they may get them eventually, or maybe as you get the vendors moving up into the harder, more difficult zones, you'll see that kind of gear. I think the point was, don't expect to just jump right into the Dark Zone 3 hours into the game and be picking up purple gear.
Right. Yeah, as it should be. I agree with that. That's fine.
I agree. Yeah, if that's the case, then I'm in. Yeah.
Another thing that was mentioned was that basically, certainly in the beta there was this idea that the best weapons you could only get in the Dark Zone, and that's something that the developers went out of their way to say that's not going to be the case in the game itself. They even kind of said, some of the best gear in the game you'll be able to get through crafting. That's a direct quote. Pretty cool, man. We came out of the beta kind of thinking the Dark Zone's where it's going to be. We're going to be in there grinding just to get currency and buying gold weapons. But, it sounds like they're going to disperse that gear evenly, which I think would be a great kind of thing. You get it outside the Dark Zone, inside the Dark Zone, you craft. Lots of ways to get good gear for however you want to play it. I think it's great.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, what's the incentive to go into the Dark Zone then?
Well, I would guess that since they're saying that is that the only place to get materials to craft that stuff is through the Dark Zone.
That's a good point. Yeah, maybe.
Could be, or part of it, or it might be that there's some, that it's. We keep talking about we don't want there to be one game. It may be one of those deals where, you want a really great shotgun, that's Dark Zone, but you can get a great assault rifle outside. I mean, we don't know if they're going to do it, but.
Right. Interesting.
I'm just glad to hear that it's not going to be like like you said, the Dark Zone is the whole thing, and I love hearing that crafting is going to play
huge
a part in the game. That we could be getting some real high tier stuff only through crafting. That's pretty exciting for me.
That's your wheelhouse, man.
I can't.
There's going to be many spreadsheets shared throughout the Dark Zone Report clan,
and especially if you guys are going to end up being able to sell them later on, that'll be.
Hey, we'll give it. Hey,
that's a level up clan right there, bro.
That's it, man. And I think that one of the things I do like game economies and figuring that out, because there's
Right.
always balances. There's always opportunities to kind of get one thing that's easier and kind of trade it up. And so I like that part of it. Just another little added kind of deal. Great. I really like this next one. Cosmetic items are account-wide, which is great.
I don't.
Or what?
I don't-
I'm sorry.
I don't- Account wide. I don't understand. What does that mean? Account wide?
Oh,
You
it's
have
for
multiple
all your
characters?
characters. Yeah.
Yeah, you get a beanie on one player, you'll be able to share it across.
Okay. Destiny did that, but whatever.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, cosmetic.
Yeah.
Destiny.
So bring over whatever. Yeah. Whatever shader you had or whatever.
Oh,
band
shader,
you
right?
had.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Next one's good. I like this next one.
Go ahead with it.
There's going to be 3 levels of difficulty on the missions. There's going to be normal, hard, and challenge mode. The speculation is that if it's reminiscent of kind of a world with Warcraft, if that's what it's like. I don't even know what CMs means, man.
We've seen this before. We're doing we're doing it now, or we did do it. Same thing.
Yeah, and I think it's I love that, man, because what I've seen too, I think the challenge modes may not scale the same way in terms of number of people in your parties, which, one of the great things that we loved about Destiny was the opportunity to kind of challenge out in front of you to like solo a raid or
Right.
solo.
Right. There's always that next
none of
level.
us were soloing raids. We're soloing Nightfall, maybe. None of us were soloing raids.
Nobody. No, we never. We weren't
Yeah,
that.
but you know what I'm saying, like that having
It's available.
that you could try, I think is pretty cool. So to the extent that the challenge modes become that, I think that's a great thing for the game.
So you're saying challenge mode is the same level of difficulty whether there's 1 of you or 4 of you? Hopefully that's what they're saying.
I think that from what I've heard, it sounds like, I read something where a developer said, the challenge modes you won't want to go into alone, which...
Well then, okay. There
Challenge
you go.
accepted,
That's-
then.
Yeah, exactly. Bring some bring some people.
Right, exactly. And normally, even on hard mode, it scales, right? So you can do hard mode by yourself. For them to purposely come out and say, you definitely don't, it's going to be tough if you try this alone, tells me that they might have kind of split off from the normal mission scaling that they've been doing for content. So I think that would be really cool.
Really cool.
Have that
Love
available
that.
will that be available for every story mission? I don't know. We'll see. But a lot of playability there, man.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say you're playing every story mission 3 times, right? If it's if challenge is available for every story mission. That's cool. I like that, man.
Yeah.
Part of the grind. 60 to 70%. What was his name? Siegel? Benny Siegel?
No, that was Sullivan out of Orlando, I think.
Oh, my bad.
It's all right. So the other thing, they keep reassuring people about the end game. It was said a couple of times on the stream, there is an end game besides the DZ. We just can't talk about it yet, but it's coming. It's coming. There is an end game. I think they know how nervous we are.
You think it's not finished? I mean, why are they not talking about it?
I don't know.
Destiny
That's a
talked about
great
raids.
question.
I mean, the raid Destiny launched before Vault of Glass was finished, right? Is that correct?
No.
Glass came
Really?
out. Yeah,
Came out.
a couple weeks after.
Right,
After-
exactly.
No, he's right. Yeah. Okay.
So, but they talked about it though. You knew there was going to be raids. That was one of the big selling points of
Was it
Destiny.
though? Really? Was it?
Yeah,
I
'cause
just
no
thought
one
it was the
understood how
whole-
they were going to do raids with a first-person shooter. No one understood how that would work because that's more of a an RPG thing.
Right.
And by the way, Destiny nailed it. Raids are awesome in that. But I'm nervous that they're not talking about it. Why aren't they talking about it? Whether it's it's not raids. What is it, and why aren't you talking about it?
In game. That's all they keep saying. They. You know what? I don't know if they've actually made the quote raid.
No, I've never seen.
One dude said raid-like activity. I think
But we're not still.
and
We're
they
not.
had to-
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're maybe going into some of the different instances generates something that's in a higher level where you need to be in a group of 4 and then maybe even 8 that you have to be able to do 4 DPS, 2 healers, and then 2 support or something like that.
Yeah, it's interesting because when we think about raids, we think about mechanics, right? And
Mechanics. That dude. If there's no if it's all DPS, I will not be okay.
Well, and that's what differentiates like a raid from more like a dungeon type activity.
Yeah, right.
Right. Give me
So-
give me some thinking here. You know, like we can do DPS. We all got that.
Let's figure out some puzzles, man.
Yep.
I don't know why they're not talking about it, man. I think it's what like you think if it was a raid. I just gotta think they'd be using that in the marketing. I mean, I don't know.
Right.
You know what? It's a good. I haven't heard raid yet, sir.
So we'll see. So either it's not done, or you know, or they're just I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss as to why they haven't talked more about it. I mean, you keep thinking like they're going to, but like we're a week and a couple of days away.
Yeah, we're not. If all of a sudden they just release this huge like reveal trailer, which I don't think they're gonna do. Then maybe there may be justification, or maybe they're just like, you know what, it's so good, we don't even need to say that. It as soon as you get in there, it is. But I'm gonna go with Dan. I'm gonna say that they're not gonna release the raid or even a raid till 3, maybe 4 weeks later.
Which is fine. I mean, it's going to take us that time to level up to it. But
yeah.
I'm nervous that they're not talking about it, man.
We need more information. Come on, Ubi.
He's doing he's being the sly. Yeah, where's it at?
What is it? What is it? Tell me.
Get some of that. Let me get some of that raid, bro. Some of that raid.
I kind of love this next point. That there is going to be a Dark Zone type vendor in the Boo.
In the Boo.
Boo.
Yeah.
Boo.
There's going to be a Dark Zone vendor in there that will.
Talking about my Boo, baby.
A lot of chatter that they're going to be at least be able to do exchanges from normal currency to Dark Zone currency.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that.
So you can still okay. That gives that gives those people that do not want to do, that are not in parties, that just want to do PvE. That's a solid thing. Yeah.
Probably not going to be a 1-for-1 though, right?
Cannot be
1-for-1.
No way.
Some kind of exchange rate. I mean, usually the way those systems are used to basically level out the players, and like Golden said, keep it from being, kind of tearing the player base apart.
Right.
So there has to be some kind of exchange that you can't just grind one side and get all the benefits of the other side.
Right.
Penalize you a little bit. So we'll see. This is interesting. I don't know how much you guys care about this, but they're actually releasing graphic settings adjustments on the console. So like frame rate changes, performance, or visual fidelity. I don't know. Are you guys big on console games, man? I don't know. I've just never been real big on frame rates. What do you guys think about that? I mean, it's a cool feature, but like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm savvy enough to notice.
Yeah, I was just about to say that's why I'm console guy. I don't have to deal with that. I just plug it, play, and go.
I mean, I am planning on doing a monitor instead of a TV, so I'm going to be closer. Maybe I'll be able to tell. I don't know. We'll see.
I'm good. I'll just play my console. When Steam and then Oculus and all that stuff comes out, then let's talk a different ball game. But as right now, I'm just trying to kill people.
Tim, can you turn Golden up just a little bit? I think you might have opened it just a touch.
There we go. He was low, yeah.
Was that too loud?
No, you were too low. When your cat
that's
showed up,
that's only reasonable. I mean, you guys just planned for the yelling and the screaming.
Oh man, we will get the mixing stuff right at some point. For you, guy with the steak knives.
Steak knives.
All right. So also, and obviously they've heard our concerns on this too. That it was said several times. PC density and roaming capabilities in and out of the Dark Zone will be increased come the full game. The numbers were reduced for testing purposes.
That's good news.
Good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Better be true, man.
Otherwise, there's a lot of empty space in that space.
It's beautiful, but if I wanted to walk around New York, I'd get on the train and go do it.
Exactly. We're 90 miles away. I could do that any weekend I want to do it.
Yeah. Little bit of info on player customization. I think there's been some good work out there, both by Marco and by Eric's on the player customization, but they kind of hammered home the fact that it won't be this randomized situation. You will have access to a number of different face types, skin tones, eye colors, hairstyle, war paint, tattoos, scars, glasses, and piercings. So not going to be a deep edit, I don't think, from what I've seen, but you're going to have kind of a buffet of options to pick from. So preset.
Question. Are you guys going to try and recreate your own face, or are you going to go completely
Yeah,
different?
let's talk about this. So that's a good question. I mean, Golden, do you try and make it? I mean, look,
Nope, I play chicks every single time. I make a hot chick.
you're just a beautiful human being, man.
Well, I mean, well, thank you very much. I mean, hey, listen, man, I'm trying to be diversified, and from what I hear, that usually when you pick a female, the shot radius of that is a little bit easier. So.
Oh, smaller? You're talking
Yep.
smaller profile?
Yeah. Well, that was Dust 514, but that's way back.
No, it's funny because I'm actually probably going to go with a female.
Yep.
Which is, I mean, I did that on Destiny, but not for the reasons I'm going to do it on the Division.
What are those reasons exactly?
No, well, mine was that if I didn't want to sit there and if I was going to be playing obviously for hours, that I'd rather be looking at something rather than a dude's ass all day.
There you go.
That's not why I've done that.
Well, that's why I did mine.
I'm sure Golden's got a really nice hentai stash. No, I actually the smaller profile is part of it.
No, it does 514. That's why I went with it.
That's, also, I think if you're in a dark zone and it's a chick, and I think people will be like, "Oh, it's a chick. Let's take it."
Wow, nice one.
I think
that is a hey.
You're sexist.
The man has a point right here.
So you're
going a point.
Psychological edge that somebody might actually think that Mr. T is a lady, and
yeah.
The 14
hey, maybe so,
I could
man.
a girl for the first time ever if I don't shoot her in the boot. That's where you're going.
Hey, Mr. T, the real question is, are you going to have a mohawk or not?
No mohawk. No.
God, sacrilege.
I will probably try and recreate myself because I'm a narcissist.
Really?
Well, I've always done that. In
I don't do that.
Fallout 4, I did that.
Yeah, I look at
doesn't
myself
look anything
too
like
much,
me, but that's what I'm doing launch night there. So midnight. Midnight, I'm coming home. I'm going to the game store, and then I'm just gonna make my character, and then go to sleep and wake up early and play.
I'm gonna start wearing a mustache, like an El de Grande mustache. Yes. Oh. Yosemite Sam. Put some wax on it.
I think we know that there's no barbershops in the game, so you guys kind of know that terminology. That's when you can actually change the look of your character. So, choose wisely, my friends, and you don't want to oh, that's great. We'll give this guy something ridiculous, and then 3 months later, when you built that character up, you're wishing you had changed it. You're going to be stuck with the way they look. I mean, you can obviously have up to 4 characters, but I mean, I don't know why. I still haven't figured that out. Why are we going to want to run different characters? I guess we'll weekly lockout.
If there's no classes, what's the point of that?
I think they're going to bring that element. They have to. With a point system, you put so much into your HP, your whatever, your intelligence, your tech, whatever. And I think that's going to be. And this is just me coming off the cuff right now. I haven't heard anything. I just know I play a lot of Final Fantasy, a lot of deep RPGs, and that's how they made it to where, you can still get that class, you can still get that job, but to make the most efficient character possible, you need to be able to allocate different points into a different type of trait that you have. And this is if they're gonna go that deep, then that they're gonna bring that element into it.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess we'll see. I mean, obviously they have room for 4 characters, so there's got to be a reason for it. I think I don't know if we're going to have weekly lockouts on running certain missions, and I mean, I guess we'll see. It was interesting. We made the point before that the cosmetic items will be shareable across all characters. They didn't say anything about weapons.
Weapons or gear.
So we don't know yet. We don't know if the stash is kind of across all the characters. So I think that'll play into it too. I mean, that was one of the big things with Destiny was you would just go and grind the Nightfall 3 times, and
Right.
whatever, because you were just chasing gear. I mean, we'll see if that's in this, if that's part of the way.
But you can still share it between all 3 of your characters.
Right, and that's going to be the key. You had the vault. Is the stash going to be kind of like that? I don't know. We'll see.
I expect that it will be.
Yeah. The other thing, and this is kind of our last point on this stuff. Well, there's 2 more points. They did confirm that there will be a sorting system for the inventory, which is pretty cool. I think in a trait-based game where you're going to be needing to have certain levels, on your firearms or your electronics, all that to unlock certain perks and skills. I think that's a really good thing to be able to go in and sort your inventory. Because otherwise, it just you forget you have stuff in there. You don't know what you're looking for. It's a pain. You have to go through and look at everything. So the ability to sort on attributes would be amazing, I think, in terms of managing your inventory and helping you put together loadouts kind of on the fly.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, that's pretty good on. I'm sorry, real fast. That's Fallout 4. That's one of the big things I like about Fallout 4 is you can sort on value. You can sort on damage, weight.
Yeah.
It's good to sort. I like it.
I don't like the weight thing. That's going back and forth. Oh, it was so bad.
Well, Fallout 4 has a lot of problems. That's not what this
Yeah.
podcast is about.
Last item, there was a bit of a hubbub this week around Phoenix credits, which got mentioned here and there, different places.
Is this real money?
Yeah. Well, we don't know yet. It hasn't been confirmed. It was weird because there was a bunch of messages that came out from the developers, one of which said there's no microtransactions in the game. Another one which said there's definitely no pay to win. But I think, I just wonder if, and there's been kind of another line of messaging that is, yeah, there's microtransactions in the game. It's for vanity and cosmetic items only, which is kind of what it was from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know, man. I mean, I maybe they were thinking microtransactions equals pay to win. I don't know. If it's cosmetic items, it's still microtransactions. It's just not pay to win. Which, I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about it. Like, if it's not pay to win, man, I don't care. Like, if somebody wants to buy an emote or
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
No, 100%. That's just their way of saying, hey, if you want to invest more in our game, go ahead.
Right.
That's
You
fine.
did.
Yeah, no,
Developers need
great
jobs.
marketing strategy. I mean,
Right.
let's all give it to them.
That keeps the game developers employed. I'm perfectly fine with that.
Yeah.
Pay to win, on the other hand, yeah.
No, I'm not. No. But I just like Destiny did it perfectly.
Yeah, I agree. They introduced it really, really late too, which is weird.
Which made them so much money on the last quarter of their sales year.
Boom. That's exactly what it was. Didn't even think of that.
Golden Boy dropping the knowledge.
Knowledge.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm good. I'm not all upset about Phoenix credits. If somebody wants to spend the money and they have a jacket I don't have, like, if I really want it, I'll buy it.
You'll buy it, just like the jazz hands and the
Jacket, bro.
and the yeah. I mean, this shit was cool to see, but you didn't have to have it.
The Carlton? I did not
Oh
buy the
yeah,
Carlton.
they're great. They're so fun as
I liked watching them, but I didn't
Yeah,
buy
oh
them.
yeah, and then you finish a certain part of the raid and everybody starts dancing or the golf clap. So much entertainment, but did you have to have it to beat it?
Nope.
Nope.
That's
I
not
don't know.
All right, guys, that is going to wrap up our kind of main topics. I do want to do. We got time for maybe just a quick little. You know what? Let's do a bonus round.
Oh.
No, this is off the cuff.
All right, so off the cuff bonus round. I want to you are playing between now and March 8th.
Oh shit.
Boy, what are you playing? Go ahead.
Dark Souls 3 for sure. Final Fantasy 15. What's the Borderlands one? What's the one? Come on, guys. Gearbox is doing it. It's the MOBA type thing. Oh, come on, man. I cannot believe it. I can't think of this.
Man, we're just going to let you hang.
Yeah.
Please.
God
No idea
damn
what
it.
you're talking about.
Really?
Yeah.
The
but I'm
Borderlands
not-
one. Same guys that did Borderlands. They came out with Last Race. They're all going for the sun. Anyway, I've been watching that a lot. Destiny 2.
Yeah, Destiny. So you got a full plate then between now and
Yeah,
March.
it's like it's
Yeah.
like
Damn it! I'm gonna find it.
11 days away. Man. That's a lot. That's a lot, man.
Hold on.
You're gonna be busy.
Really ambitious.
I have a new kid.
Dark Souls 3 though. Dark Souls. If anything, if I go rogue, I guess you could say, it's gonna be because I'm done. I'm done in Dark Souls.
There you go. Mr. T, what are you playing between now and March 8th?
Well, I mean, during the week, I'm probably gonna, play Golden Boy's favorite game of Battlefront a little bit here and there. Next weekend, this coming up weekend, I'm probably going to re-rent Just Cause 3 because that was fun. Played that one weekend, that was really fun. And then after that, I mean, after
Battleborn.
there you go. I knew that was gonna happen, man.
Sorry.
So after next weekend, then the game's out. So.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
just want to. I am real fast, and I'm sorry to cut you off. I want to throw out there, and that Golden Graham was not on tonight. I want to put it out there that I absolutely crushed him in Injustice last night. Crushed.
Like destroyed him.
Destroyed him. He didn't get a single win on a single round.
That's right. Golden Graham called out on the podcast. You shouldn't have gone to bed. You should have stayed up and defended your honor, bro.
Bet
We
you
won't-
next week. I bet you'll think of it a little bit differently now, sir.
Yeah.
We won't talk about the
Yeah.
game we played before that Anthrax was involved in.
I was. We had a little hockey tournament. So I will probably be on the sports games for the next week and a half.
Okay.
Likes Madden, likes NBA Live. We're working on his live Ultimate franchise thing or whatever. So we've been doing that. I figured out a way to kind of game the economy and get more contracts, which if you play NBA Live, you know that's a big thing. But that's probably what I'm doing. Little Madden, little NBA Live. Still working on the Uncharted trilogy. Or
What's the
whatever.
release on the 4? Thieves End.
Oh,
June, isn't it?
Is
June
it soon?
18th? No,
Yeah.
June.
June.
I think it's June 18th, isn't it?
I don't know, man. I'd have to look. So
Maybe May. I'll look it up.
that'll be my week and a half. Is just kind of doing. Sports games are great because it's one game at a time. You know, you're not really like invested or whatever. It's the perfect kind of carryover. That's what we'll be doing. So yeah, good deal. Hey guys, always a blast. Great to be on. Thanks again to everybody that's listening. If you'd like to be a part of the show, gosh, you guys are brutal. If you want to be a part of the show, you can get us at dzrmailbag@gmail.com. As you know, as you can tell from this podcast, we do read those things. Also, if you watch on YouTube, you can go ahead and comment on YouTube. You can get us on Twitter at Dark Zone Report. We'd love to kind of have your input and thoughts, and we'd love you to be a part of the show. Thanks again to everybody that's listening. And hey, man, we are so close. We'll be letting you guys know as well next weekend. Weekend's going to be a very technical show. We're going to be talking about, kind of how to prep and what you want to do first and all that. So be sure to join us for that. And we'll also be letting you know when we're going to be streaming on release. Which, to the extent that we've got some openings, Golden Boy, I'm sure you'd be in with me if we grab a couple of listeners to roll with the first couple of days.
Absolutely.
You guys are around and you're on PlayStation. Let us know and we'll try and hook up. But thanks again. Been a great show, boys. And hey, be safe, and we will see you in the Dark Zone.